What's up everyone, this is Tony with JRNYcrypto. In this video we're going to be going over the crypto markets with the current market crash, where I see things headed, some major news, and some coins that I am looking at picking up during this current market dip that I will be dollar cost averaging. So before we get started, I do appreciate if you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the bell to be notified for regular crypto videos. Alright everyone, so it has been a very rough couple of weeks in the crypto and NFT space. Lots of fear in the markets with what happened to Terra Luna. There's a lot of fear on stable coins now, and Terra did confirm today that they did sell off the 80,000 Bitcoin they did have in reserves, which is very unfortunate because this project was aiming to go up to $10 billion worth of Bitcoin. They would have kept adding buying pressure to the markets. Now they've sold everything off that they did have to buy. So I do believe this is part of the market crash. I do want to go over this, why I believe a bounce is coming in the short term. We do have some data that does support this, as well as just go over some major news and my strategy going forward in the crypto space. I do want to narrow down my portfolio, sell some of the stuff I'm not too confident in, and go heavier on the stuff I am confident in for the long term. That's always been my investing strategy in this space, is for the very long term and projects I see building that will become more relevant with time and only go up in value. So we're also going to go over some projects I'm bullish on as well, and altcoins I am dollar cost averaging. So jumping into the markets, we have Bitcoin around $30,000 and Ethereum around $2,000. It has been moving sideways around these prices for the last few days here. As we can see, we did bottom out here on May 12th. ETH dropped as low as $17.50, which is pretty insane. This was over $3,000 not too long ago here. So it is unfortunate that this did happen to Terra Luna. Caused a lot of panic, not only for Terra Luna and UST, their stablecoin, but also for other stablecoins. We saw Tether have a temporary drop as well, as you guys can see here. But that instantly recovered, so it dropped to 97 cents. Nothing too crazy, but there is a lot of fear in stable coins right now, but the way Terra had this set up was exploited. So the price of Luna crashed very quickly once their stable coin was depegged here. We can see the price of this did have a couple of good bounces here. This is probably when they were selling that 80,000 Bitcoin, pumping it back into the stable coin. Unfortunately, that didn't work and didn't peg it again, and now they're out of Bitcoin. Terra has crashed basically to nothing. Very unfortunate for their holders. There is discussion that they're trying to make this right for holders, proposing a hard fork to save the ecosystem. We'll see how that plays out over time, but in my opinion, it's going to be very hard to make it right for holders and give them that same value that they did have in the project. There's people that lost millions in this project. KSI did a post showing that he had over $2.5 million worth of Luna, now worth under $1,000. It was pretty crazy. People were actually buying this once it crashed under 1 cent as well, and making some crazy flips here with all the manipulation going on. There's people I saw that put a few $100s or a few thousand into Luna once it bottomed out, and then it had some crazy bounce in the next 24 hours, turning that small amount of money into over $50,000 to $100,000. So crazy stuff happening here with this project. Like I said, they had to sell that 80,000 Bitcoin they had, billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin being dumped on the markets at any price, just because they had to try to peg the UST stablecoin again, which unfortunately didn't work as well. So now things are going sideways with the selling pressure stopping, and some data showing that amount of Bitcoin on exchanges is going lower again. We have the top 100 wallets for Bitcoin did accumulate a massive amount of Bitcoin during this time. Does show confidence in the long term for this, so that's definitely good. That's there is some major support here around $30,000. That is where we bottomed out around that price last time as well in the summer. We can see here that we did bottom out around $29,000 around July 20th, and then the market started recovering very quickly. So same thing can happen here with this bottom. If we do get some great news or something major in the crypto NFT space, this can definitely help the Bitcoin and the crypto space recover again like we did in summer. Everyone in the summer was saying we were in a bear market and that we would be going downwards for the next 2 to 3 years until the next Bitcoin halving. But things are much different this time around than previous Bitcoin cycles. So if we check out the trend levels for crypto and NFT search, we can see things have just been going sideways, nothing happening here. We do have a uptrend here for crypto search, but I think that's just because of the market crash and everyone talking about this. So everyone's continuing to build and companies are continuing to develop for the metaverse in their crypto projects. Eventually these products will begin to roll out, and eventually some major event will happen, like a big company acquiring a large amount of Bitcoin for their balance sheet. Something like that. Just one major event is all it's going to take to make this spike again and draw major interest back into the crypto space. Once fear starts clearing up and regulations come into play and companies feel safer getting involved, that's really when there's going to be a lot of demand to start dollar cost averaging Bitcoin and Ethereum, and have a hedge against inflation like this. So if a company like Microsoft or Apple acquired a few $1 billion worth of Bitcoin, that type of news would instantly send the crypto space skyrocketing in a short period of time. Just how this can go down very quickly with major bad news, it can also go up very quickly with great news as well. So we do have to be aware of that in the crypto and NFT space, that these markets are extremely volatile, and that's why people make so much money in this space. And as long as you do have a good strategy in place and you stick to that dollar cost averaging with a good entry and exit strategy, in the long term, you're going to do great in this space. I've had major losses and even held coins that went to zero, but none of that matters because I picked coins that went up 100x or more at the same time. So you do have to consider that with your strategy. This space is extremely high risk, and the better you understand that and work that into your strategy, the better you're going to do in the long term as well. You don't want to be acting out of an emotion with this space when everyone's saying we're entering a bear market and everything's going down. When people are saying we're going down to a $10,000 Bitcoin, that's when we're at peak fear, and that's generally around the time where you're going to get a bottom and generally be the best time to actually be acquiring. So that doesn't always work out, but that's why doing dollar cost averaging and stuff and having that entry strategy really helps with this. Not going all in at once and spreading things out really has worked out very great for me. So lots of big stuff still happening on the back end. Fundamentals continue rising. Just in, Brazil's stock exchange to offer Bitcoin futures in the next 6 months. Japanese investment bank Nomura is launching a subsidiary to help institutions invest in Bitcoin and crypto. Lots of major stuff continues happening no matter how the markets are looking. Fundamentals will continue to rise. So we do have to keep that in mind for the long term. Bitcoin supply on exchanges is falling again. Panic is subsiding for now. So that's definitely a good sign as well. We can see here that the amount of Bitcoin on exchanges has gone down. The amount of Bitcoin on exchanges did have a major spike here with that major panic and the crypto market crashing, of course. People panicking, sending their crypto to exchanges to sell it, but this is now going down again as people continue to accumulate and a lot of the fear and initial panic selling is out. This could be a good sign that a bounce is coming in the markets. So Bitcoin ETF is coming. This is something a lot of people have been speculating. We do need a Bitcoin spot ETF to be approved in the United States. This happening would be a major event and really help give a boost to the crypto space as well. We did see a decent boost from Bitcoin future ETFs, but we do need a spot ETF. That's much more important. And there is a lot of people saying this will happen at some point in 2022. So just in, the number of Bitcoin addresses holding one whole Bitcoin or more just hit an all-time high of 841,000 wallets. That's definitely a good sign. This is definitely a opportunity for a lot of people to actually hit their goals at a cheaper entry rate as well, accumulate Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other cryptocurrencies at much better prices. So that's a good sign that this did hit a new all-time high. It does show a lot of the newer people to the space that got in during the hype in 2021. They actually taking these opportunities to buy the dip. So we also got breaking. El Salvador president announces more central banks and financial authorities meeting today to discuss Bitcoin adoption. That's definitely great. The more Bitcoin adoption we get, the better it's going to be for the entire crypto space. So I do want to talk about the crypto space a little bit before I end the video. Some altcoins I'm looking to dollar cost average and pick up during this market crash. I'm seeing some better deals right now than I've seen since the beginning of 2021. So most people that did get in during the peak in 2021, this is actually one of the best opportunities they've had. Like I said on Twitter, this is actually the worst market crash I've seen Since the March 2020 crash, when there was peak fear of COVID panic, both the stock market and the crypto market crashed significantly that day. I believe crypto crashed over 50% as a whole in a single day, but that actually ended up being the best day to acquire crypto over the past few years. I actually picked up BNB that day around $8, and even during this market crash, that's still at $300. So like I said, major opportunities here if you do find the right projects and stuff that are building that you know are going to do well in the long term. And that's really what I'm looking to do right now, is cut losses on the projects I don't believe in anymore, or I see that aren't building, that aren't going to stay relevant in the space, and reinvesting that back into these projects I do believe in and that I see are doing well and continue building, because I know that in the long term, even though I'm taking a loss on them now, in the long term that will turn out better. And by taking losses on altcoins as well, you can offset your capital gains taxes. So if you did take profits on stuff during the year, then offsetting that with losses, you can actually save a good amount of money on your taxes as well. So going through here in the top 100, what I'm bullish on: Ethereum, very bullish on that with the ETH2 updates rolling out, Ethereum being burned with every transaction. It's the blockchain that has the most utility in the entire space. Pretty much the entire NFT space is built on Ethereum right now. DeFi, pretty much the majority of altcoins in the space are built on the Ethereum blockchain also. So very bullish on that, just growing over time. But besides that, I am looking to actually sell a lot of the BNB I'm holding. I don't like the direction they've gone. They haven't really supported projects launching on their Binance Smart Chain as much as I would have liked to see. And the majority of projects that did launch on the BSC ended up being a lot of meme coins as well. So not many serious projects launching there. They're not supporting them. I just don't see that going too great into the future. And what I am looking to reinvest that into is projects like Cardano, Avalanche, and ApeCoin as well. So Cardano ADA around 55 cents, the best I've seen it. Besides the other day, it did crash into the 40-cent range. It is back up a little bit, but the best deals I've seen on this since the beginning of 2021, like I said, they actually have major updates coming to Cardano for smart contracts, and lots of projects building on the Cardano blockchain now. I do think by end of year that will be doing great, and I'm still very bullish on that for the long term, just staking that, accumulating more ADA. This is actually the first time in quite a while where I am looking to pick up a decent bag of ADA. So Solana, I think, is great also. If you guys haven't noticed, on OpenSea, they're adopting Solana NFTs now. OK Bears have had a huge surge in volume and price, and a lot of NFT projects are launching on Solana now for the smaller fees and convenience. So that's good to see. I do think OpenSea will adopt Cardano NFTs soon, and then Avalanche as well. So Avalanche had a huge run up this over the last year and a half. I'm actually in pretty good profit still on that. Majority of my AVAX bag. I am bullish on that as well. Gonna pick up a small bag of that, but mostly looking at ADA and some Sol, as well as more Ethereum. So the crypto I'm most bullish on in the top 100 is ApeCoin. I do think this is going to do amazing in the long term and have some of the most utility in the entire crypto space as well. So if you check out comments on Twitter and stuff, and on CoinMarketCap sidebar here, a lot of people say that this is just a bubble, it's going to go to zero, there's nothing behind it. But there's actually a lot more behind this than people believe, and I think it's going to have more utility than over 95% of cryptos in the entire space. They already have massive support here. They're building something millions of people are going to play. It's going to have ApeCoin as the main utility and currency in their metaverse, which is going to be huge. And I just think this is going to develop into something massive in the long term. So far, the company behind it has been hitting every target and have provided huge value to their holders. So I would expect they achieve the same thing with their cryptocurrency and their metaverse. So another thing they did hint at is that they're creating a blockchain, basically ApeChain, that will be used for lower gas fees, for NFTs and crypto gaming and stuff. Which, if they are able to do that and become the primary blockchain besides Polygon for this, I do think that will be huge for the ApeCoin as well. So who knows all the kinds of stuff they're developing on the back end and all this utility. But of course, in their metaverse other side, the ApeCoin will be the main currency in that game. And on the land that you do have for these, the other side, there's resources that are on the land. I do think those will be exchangeable for ApeCoin in the game. Those resources will be required to do stuff and build on your land and stuff. So I do think ApeCoin will have massive utility through that and be huge. So very bullish on this for the long term, but like I said, anything can happen in the short term. If we do enter a bear market, it's likely this will continue going down with it. So that's why I spread out my orders. And we have to keep in mind, anytime they announce some major utility and use case for ApeCoin or the other deed metaverse land, it will likely skyrocket as well, which is why I'm just dollar cost averaging every few days right now, because I do expect they will be dropping some announcements on what the land does and utility behind it and stuff, especially with how the markets are doing right now. So right now I'm dollar cost averaging both the ApeCoin Ape token and the other deed NFT land for their metaverse. I actually think that land has massive opportunity as well. I think there's going to be good passive income opportunities from the resources on that land that will be able to earn you ApeCoin. So lots of huge things in this ecosystem I'm very bullish on. Of course, quick disclaimer, I hold a lot of ApeCoin, Bored Apes, and all the other NFTs in their ecosystem, but that's because I'm very bullish on it. And they basically own the peak of the NFT space. You have to consider that the peak of the crypto space is Bitcoin and Ethereum. So Bored Apes are basically the Bitcoin of the NFT space. In the long term, they're just going to keep having higher and higher floor price for everything in their ecosystem with every bull run wave. So that is something to consider if you can't afford any of their NFTs. You do have the possibility of their metaverse land as well as ApeCoin, which you can buy any amount of. So I'm still bullish on Sandbox Sand token as well. That's actually at a pretty good price here, around $1.30 right now. I did actually pick up my last large amount of this around 20 cents just before the markets started peaking again, before Sandbox shot up here. I did buy in July around 22 cents there. And then that peaked out pretty crazy here, around $8.50. And that's just been on a steady decline now. I do think this is actually gonna find a floor very soon here, around $1 to $2. And we'll start moving sideways here, especially since the floor was around 50 cents to $1 before that for quite a while. New higher lows for something like this, I think, is very expected, especially since they're getting closer and closer to launching their metaverse, and the Sand token being the primary token in the Sandbox game as well. So that's pretty much it for the top 100 right now. There are some small cap altcoins I'm looking at, like the Project Hive, HYVE, has some big updates coming, as well as KlueCoin, like I stated in a previous video, and a few other very small market cap projects that are very high risk but have massive upside potential. These are projects that are building no matter where the markets are. They're going to build through the bear markets and be prepared for that next uptrend where I think huge profits are to be made. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys for sticking through it, and we'll have more updates coming for you guys. Have some huge things in the works for JRNY Club also. We just launched the beta for the Battle for Zolo game. If you guys want to check that out, that will be going public beta very soon. Just join the Discord, you'll get updates on that. You can actually earn Stardust in this, which you can exchange for NFTs and items in our community wallet and stuff. And then we are acquiring a lot of the other side land that we will be using for the club as well, trying to develop JRNY Club into the biggest club in the other side metaverse, because I do believe that will be the biggest metaverse in the crypto NFT space. We actually have 2 sets in development for JRNY Club, one of them possibly coming by the end of June, but definitely July if not, which will be a free NFT for all JRNY Club holders. We're developing other stuff. We're about to sign a lease for a physical location in Las Vegas, which I'm really excited for. Lots of stuff in the works here, and we do have the private membership site that just launched, where we're posting private videos, reviews of all the NFT projects in the space, and just updates on the NFT space in general. If you do want to stay on top of that, we have over 10 writers and researchers we just hired for this. I'm going to be launching a crypto NFT news website very soon also. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys found it useful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.